You mentioned being sick. Can we like talk about that? Are you okay? You're comfortable talking about that? Okay, yeah, because that was crazy. It was like our first Nike
it was our
trip.
first Nike trip together.
Yeah,
oh my
I know.
God,
For that gassed up video, and then we roomed together, and like it was so fun. And then you just like couldn't leave the hotel room. So Cata was like sick for like 3 days, like not leaving the hotel, like. And then I would get back to the room, and you would like be in the bathroom, and I'd be like, "Are you okay?" You'd be like, "No, not really," but. And I'd be like, "Should I like? Do you need help?" And you're like, "No, like."
Do you want to smoke weed?
Yeah. And then I was like, maybe if you smoke weed, it'll be better. So we like put a towel under the door and like turned on the shower really hot, which is the famous hotel trick where you just like make it a steam room. So like that
the smoke is not really there.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's
count.
invisible smoke.
Invisible smoke.
Yeah, and we got you high, and it was really fun, actually.
That was so much fun.
That's the way to get high in Sweden because it's like illegal out. Like you can't really. It's sketchy to be outside smoking, so you have to like.
Really?
Yeah, it's illegal in
That's
Sweden.
so crazy. That's
Like, really illegal.
like, yeah, Malmo is like that, and then you just go like 20 minutes or 10 minutes on train, and it's like the opposite, like smoke everywhere. Like you can drink anything. Like it's just insane.
Copenhagen's so sick. Anyway, when we were in Sweden, and then you were sick, you couldn't. We're like, what's going on with Cata? Like, and then you went to the doctor, and I don't know. Do you want to tell it? I feel like it's like a surreal story.
Yeah, it was insane. So I went to the doctor. They did like some exams and whatever. You know, everybody fucking speaks Swedish.
Yeah.
So like I see them like talking in front of me, whatever, you know. But you know when you catch the vibe, it's like they're talking some serious shit and I can't understand anything. So I'm like there staring. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like texting my dad like. I'm in the hospital. I'm seeing what's wrong, you know. Like I explained him the situation, you know. He was just let me know, okay. And at this point, I was like so weak because I don't know if you remember. I was like throwing up blood, and I was like.
Yeah, you never told me you were throwing up blood. You were like being so like.
I was like freaking out. I was. Just
I know.
like,
no, that's totally fair. And like we didn't know each other that well, so like it's totally fair. But like we were all like. You were being so, like, chill about it in a way where you're like, no, I'm just, like, not feeling good. I don't know. And you would try to come out, and then it was just so bad. But anyways, yeah. So you're puking up blood, which is super scary. I wish you would have told me that because I would have been able to, like, comfort you. Like, I didn't even know that.
I mean, you did comfort me. You offered me weed in the fucking bathroom.
I mean, what's better than weed?
What's better than that?
A weed steam shower. Nothing better than that.
But, yeah. So I was like, okay. So at that point, I was feeling like, I was like falling asleep and waking up and falling asleep and waking up.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was hard for the doctors as well because they'd be like looking back at me and I'd be like,
yeah, they're like, she's dying.
What's
right
going
now.
on? And, and like he came to tell me like, you know, they show you all these exams and like the guy is trying not to use the actual words of what's going on to not scare you. But then he's like, we're going to do surgery now. It's really risky and we don't know if we have a doctor that can do the surgery. And I'm like,
perfect.
And I'm like, no, you're not doing surgery. What's going on?
Yeah.
So they tell me like, I have a tumor, blah, blah. They show me like a thingy where you can see the tumor. And I'm like, is that bad or good? And he's like, it's like bad, but like, he's like, and I'm like, how bad is it? Like, say the words. And he's like not being clear, but he's saying like, I need the surgery right now. I call my dad. I'm like freaking out. And I'm like, hey, like, they want to do me surgery here. They say it's really risky and I might die. Like, can you come to Sweden? Should I go to Chile? What, like, you know? And I'm like, and my dad is like, can you ask him to email this to like,
someone doctor.
Like, no, but like our doctor in the family, like, so we can take a look to it. So I'm like, okay, like they emailed it. In the meantime, the guy, like, I overhear him and I know what's going on. Cancer, you say it the same way in every fucking language.
Yeah. It's
know?
like blah, 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 cancer.
Yeah, and I'm like, he said it. And then I'm like, no, I'm tripping. I'm tired, like whatever, I'm tripping. But I also, like, I did went to med school for a year. So I was like, can I see the blood test? You know? And then I saw like certain things that, like, I was like, okay. Yeah. I do have a gnarly tumor. Like, regardless of what this is, like, this is not good. My dad calls me back and he's like, you have to come to Chile now. At least that they have that actual surgeon that can do it. I pick up my stuff. I had like a nurse flying with me because of like the same rules. Like they were like, this is too crazy.
Wow.
You know, like it was like super urgent. So in the meantime, while I'm going there, my dad is trying to find someone that can do the surgery. And there's no one, because it's like, you know, like the reputation on doctors is like, how much can you keep people alive?
Yeah.
When that surgery is too risky, you don't want to do it because you don't want to be like, yeah,
liable.
I was the one that like killed
Right.
that person or whatever.
Right.
You know,
sure.
so nobody wanted to do it that we know. And my dad is like, you can't say a no to him. So he literally like contacts someone, like a surgeon from like Brazil.
Okay.
And he was down with an experimental surgery that like it's never been done before type shit. Like something that he was like, but we were like, well, that's something. That will do. You know, and this all of this like signing agreements, like you won't talk shit about me if this doesn't work. Like this,
So
like it was so
crazy.
gnarly, you know?
Yeah, it all happened so fast. Like not only is it cancer, but it's like a crazy cancer. Like it's like a
Yeah.
rare cancer that no one like.
Because it was like all the way through my esophagus to like the beginning of my stomach. It was like
Wow.
super like attached to everything.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to treat it. And there were so many approaches to it. There was like so many methods, but every method was like, we would do this, but if we do that, we risk this. At the end, we did that thing that it wasn't as invasive, and they had like sessions of chemotherapy for like an amount of time, and then like another surgery, and then chemotherapy
Yeah.
and another surgery. So you understand the speed of all of this. So like this, like the travel from like Copenhagen to my country is like 15 hours, 16 hours. I land, I'm picked up by an ambulance, taken to
God.
surgery. That was the speed of everything. Like,
whoa, I
I
didn't
don't
even
understand
realize it was that
anything. It was like, you know,
Wow.
it was like, yeah, straight into it.
That's insane.
I don't know. I just remember being like, this is not happening. This
Yeah,
is
yeah. It
like,
has to feel surreal, like
you know,
a
I'm
bad
like,
dream.
this is the longest dream I ever had. Like, it's
know.
impossible that
Yeah.
any of this is happening, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
So crazy. And they like cut, like somehow they had to regrow part of your esophagus, right? Like you literally
Yeah.
watched your esophagus grow
yeah, like with like...
with stem cells or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Like my esophagus, they took like a part that it was healthy. You like mix it with stuff, whatever, and it grows in the lab. Like
Wow.
literally.
And you're like, you went through chemo for like how many months, roughly?
4 months surgery and then like another like 4 months. But you see like time is like so insane during that process. Sometimes I'll fall asleep and I woke up like 3 days later and I'll be like, but then like my boyfriend would tell me like, you did woke up and you did shit, but like you just don't remember anything, you know,
Whoa.
like.
God, that's such like, I just can't believe that's like that happened to you. Like I feel like that's so crazy, and I'm so glad you're in remission. Like, you're like
full remission.
You beat
but
it.
at the time it was so crazy because
And you're so young, only 23, and you're sober and you're vegan.
yeah,
Like,
I know.
what the hell? Like, as if.
But also like it was so fucked because like, you know, you think these kind of things happen and like you see it like in movies or whatever.
Yeah.
And you expect like, you know, the whole development of the story, like this happened but I came over it and now I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, but like all the time that I was like in this situation, it was like, am I ever gonna be fine? Like,
Yeah, of course.
They tell you a year and you're like, fuck, like a year is so long in our lives,
Yeah,
you know what
it
I mean?
is.
Also like that, like I still had Instagram or whatever, like
Yeah.
I came out of surgery and like the first thing I did was just seeing everyone in Copenhagen and be like, fuck!
Oh my God. So crazy. You're a legend for beating that. I'm so glad you did. And like,
Thank you.
yeah, you're such a positive person and you have like so much life. I'm just like so happy that you made it. And we
I'm
get to
really
be
happy
here.
too. I'm really happy I made it.
Really
I'm
happy.
really stoked I made it.